Thank you so much, Vivek, Ramesh, and the organizers of Cancer Conclave. Very wonderful proceedings so far. Really, congratulations. So I'll just see. Is is this visible?
Yes, Doctor. Yes. I would request if you can switch on your camera if possible.
It is on. Sorry.
Okay.
Not,
Okay. Thanks.
it's not on. Is it?
Srikanth, just have a look at it. Please go ahead, Doctor. Thank you.
Okay. Sorry, from my end it says on. My apologies. It's not working. Okay. So in the next 15 minutes or so, I'll just talk about drug development, clinical trials, challenges, barriers, possible solutions. So why do we need, so this will be the outline of the talk. Why do we need clinical trials? Do we have Indian data? What are the barriers to conducting clinical trials? And a couple of words on the role of regulators. So why do we need clinical trials? So clinical trials forms the basis of what we call evidence-based medicine. And evidence-based medicine really is what provides us with the information that we need to provide the best care to patients. So it's simple as that. We don't know how to take care of patients without evidence-based medicine. We have had multiple technological advances, great advances in computer simulation, animal testing, but all of this has limitations, and we really cannot completely predict what will happen when a drug is introduced in the human body. So we need clinical trials. So it allows testing, monitoring of effects of drugs, of treatment in multiple patients. And most modern medical treatments are the direct result of clinical research. So the top reasons why clinical trials are important. The number one reason is that the results of the clinical trial can affect many people. So this is the answer to why do we do a clinical trial. So just to put it in perspective, a busy clinician, we all became doctors to take care of patients, right? And a busy clinician can treat between 10 to 30 new patients a day. So that would translate to roughly about 5,000 patients a year. So to take an example of a clinical trial, so the M0 trial that was conducted by Dr. Anil Dikris, and the question was whether elective node dissection in a clinically node-negative NET in a patient with early oral cavity cancer would improve survival. So he found that elective surgery improved both overall survival as well as disease-free survival. So how many patients would this affect? So we know from Globocan that globally, there are 3.7 lakh patients with lip and oral cavity cancer. And lip and oral cavity cancer causes 1.77 lakh deaths annually. This number is also increasing in India. So approximately how many of those would have early oral cavity cancer? So approximately a quarter of these would have localized disease. So if you can apply the results of the M0 study, that has the potential to impact almost 95,000 patients annually worldwide. So a small concept in a small study which has such a huge reach exponentially across the globe. The second reason is that the results of clinical trials can make treatments cost effective. So this is to take an example of a typical patient, Mr. Dave, who has been diagnosed with castrate-resistant prostate cancer. So depending upon his occupation, his monthly income is about 20 to 25,000 a month. His doctor advises him a hormonal tablet called Abiraterone at 1,000 milligrams a day. So that the original brand, so the actual drug costs 90,000 rupees a month. We are fortunate in India that we have generic medicine, so the generic cost under 10,000, so 9,000 rupees a month. So he says, I want a prescription of the generic brand, but still, that is about half of his monthly income. So he's not really sure that he has the money to sustain his life, to support his family, as well as pay for his treatment. So that led us to design this study. So there is data, pharmacokinetic and drug level data, that taking Abiraterone on a lower dose of 250 milligrams with a low-fat meal may lead to similar drug levels and therefore may lead to similar outcomes as the full dose Abiraterone. So this was a very interesting piece written by my colleague, Dr. Amol Patel, studying the cost effectiveness of low-dose Abiraterone. So if all Indian patients who were taking Abiraterone actually received the low dose with food, the cost savings would be $182 million per year. And So the average patient would save US dollars 3,600 over the lifetime. And that, to put it in perspective, that saved amount is approximately 2.5 times the mean per capita income in India. The third reason is to bring new treatments to the market, to bring new approved medicines to our Indian patients who do not have access to life-saving drugs. And with permission from Mr. Vivek Kumar, I'd like to just briefly discuss his story. So, Susan Kumar was diagnosed with stage 4 metastatic lung adenocarcinoma with brain metastases. She had a rare type of lung cancer, which is ALK positive. When she was diagnosed, there was no treatment available in India, so no specific ALK-directed treatment available in India. With great efforts and great advocacy, they were able to get not only the first ALK-directed therapy for crizotinib, but following up, Kusum was on multiple studies, including multiple studies, and she was able to be alive for 7 years following her diagnosis, thanks to clinical trials. Other reasons why clinical trials are important: to raise healthcare standards by improving the standards of treatment, to develop new devices, vaccines, tests, procedures, to improve symptoms and quality of life. But the most important reason for clinical trials is the story of acute lymphoblastic leukemia. So, this is the survival curve, and on this axis we have the years from diagnosis, and on this axis we have the number of people who are alive. So early in the 1960s, a person who, if you had 100 people who were diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia, and to keep that in mind, most are children, so at young age. If with whatever available treatment was there, at about 15 to 20 years, most were not alive. Coming and with various sequential clinical trials, in the current era, almost everybody diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia is alive. So this is the importance of clinical trials to improve patient outcomes. NCCN is the National Comprehensive Cancer Network. It's a global body that comes out with guidelines for management of cancer. And the NCCN tells us that they believe is the best management for any patient with cancer in a clinical trial, and that participation in clinical trials is especially encouraged. So this is the reason why, from oncology point of view, from the healthcare provider point of view, why we would like clinical trials. Why should patients participate in clinical trials? So well-designed and well-executed clinical trials are ethical. They have gone through ethical clearance. We have eliminated all possible harms to the patient. So patients are provided with an opportunity to play an active role in their healthcare, to gain access to new research treatments before they are widely available, to increase options for treatments in the standard of therapy field, to obtain expert medical care at leading healthcare facilities, and to help others to by contributing to advancement of science. Really quickly, I think we are running late. Vivek, do I have time? Or so the next question is, do we have enough of clinical trials? So this was a study done by Anger et al., the role of clinical trial participation. And they found that of every 20 adult patients with cancer, only one enrolled in clinical trials. So only 5% of patients with cancer enrolled in clinical trials. Now, these are global figures. What about India? So disparities in clinical trial participation worldwide. So these investigators looked at about 7,000 clinical trials worldwide, and they found that about 2,000 of these trials were done in LMIC and about 5,000 were done in HIC. So very big disparity in the number of clinical trials done in low-middle income countries. So to take the example of cervical cancer, you can see here you have North America, more than 50 trials. Here you have India, between 10 to 50 trials. And if you look at the age standardized rate of cervical cancer per 100,000, in the United States, it is 6.6, the mortality is 2.7, and the number of cervical cancer trials is 73. Whereas in India, the age standardized rate for cervical cancer per 100,000 was 22, the mortality was 12.4, and the number of clinical trials was 24. So again, really a huge disparity in the number of clinical trials that we have available in India. I'd like to take you back to the story of Ms. Kusum Kumar. So after she got her first with ALK-directed drug, crizotinib, she did well for a while, but then she developed resistance. And then they found that the world's first second generation medicine had become available in the United States. But at that point, India was not conducting clinical trials and they could not get to new medicine. So at a conference, Kusum stood up and asked everybody, is it my fault that I am Indian? And this question is for all of our patients. Is it our patients' fault that we are Indian patients and we don't have access to the best clinical trials? So what are the barriers to conducting clinical trials? So lack of time, lack of resources, lack of statistical expertise, absolutely no incentives to conduct research, excessive regulations, or publication bias, and a lack of patient advocacy and understanding of the importance of research. And that's why these kind of conferences and these kind of meetings are so very important to advance the understanding that this is what saves patients' lives. So a small note on the role of regulators. This is a personal experience. I take care, something very close to my heart is geriatric oncology, so taking care of older patients with lung cancer, older patients with cancer. So in June 2020, I had applied to the ethics committee with a very simple concept, in older patients, just lowering the dose, if underdose of chemotherapy, if an older patient is ill, just look at optimized treatment. So this was done in June 2020. There were multiple questions in the ethics committee about various aspects of the protocol. So I looked into Dr. Caneswaran, who at the time was the president of SIOP, which is the global geriatric oncology body worldwide. He agreed with the protocol. He thought it was a good idea. And he wrote back saying it's really not easy to do these trials. Very little is known. This is a very vulnerable population and very few trials. So I hope that ethics committee understands. We eventually did understand that we got a final approval for the trial, that is June 2023. So 2 years in the approval process. Just to put in a little bit of perspective, this issue of excessive regulations came to the forefront in the COVID-19 pandemic. And these were what were perceived as the issues with regulatory bodies and possible strategies. So delays in approval from regulatory agencies as well as from ethics committee submissions and approvals, unfamiliarity of the ethics committee members with the ICMR guidelines, and infrequently scheduled ethics committee meetings. So I don't want to overshoot the time, so I just want to acknowledge that doing clinical trials in India requires a fantastic team. Absolutely, it's not a single man, single person's work, and without our team of very, very dedicated researchers, this would never have happened. So Dr. Kumar Prabhat is the head of our department, head of our unit, and he is the spearhead of all of our outreach clinical trials. Dr. Vijay Patel, Dr. Nandini Menon, Dr. Amit, and Dr. Ajay. These are a group of research coordinators and research staff, our medical oncology residents, our molecular laboratory, and my mentors, Dr. Edward C. during my training, and my current directors, Dr. Badu and Dr. Benagli. All the patients and caregivers of Tata Memorial. And as Vijay said, and Venkat as well, my family for putting up with the countless hours that I've spent doing all of this paperwork and doing this on personal terms. So to conclude, doing research is tough. Our patients have unique problems. There are multiple opportunities, and we have multiple responsibilities. So as researchers, our responsibilities are to understand these problems and to obtain solutions. As regulators, our responsibilities are to facilitate research, eliminate roadblocks, and mandate and incentivize research. As patients and caregivers, our responsibilities are to advocate for clinical trials and to ensure that the Indian patients are not left behind as cancer care advances globally. And as corporate and philanthropic organizations, our responsibilities are to provide funding and to help with other infrastructure. So we have both the ability and the responsibility to make a difference in the lives of our patients. So I'll end with this, one of my favorite quotes from Barack Obama, the audacity of hope. Right? So hope in the face of uncertainty, of a belief that there are better days ahead. So thank you very much for your kind attention.
Thank you, Dr. Saab. It was very, I would say, crisp manner in which you took us through the entire journey of clinical trials, and I hope we learned a lot of things out of this session. And next, I would